you guys, thank you very much again for coming out. And I'm going to introduce my friend, William King. He go by Tommy. And Tommy is a good friend of mine. He lives here in LA, actually, but Tommy is also from Liberia. So why don't you tell people just something that you remember about you? I'm not going to tell them. I'll say
Well, first, Francis, you do such a good job with the MC. I thought I was the one that was going to sing, but I'm sweating because my voice, I'm just going to chase everyone. So I'm glad that you asked me to really do this. I really appreciate that. Like Francis mentioned, I am a Liberian as well. And just to give you all a little background, before I get to say anything about me, I want you all to know that the Methodist Church has been in Liberia since 1833. Okay? And a lot of good things, great things that have happened in Liberia is because of the Methodist Church and the Episcopal Church. Those are the two, oldest churches that's been there in Liberia. So it's definitely great work. They've done a lot of education, healthcare, and everything, a lot of great things. And a lot of the founders in Liberia were actually Methodists. Okay? And there's a Methodist University. There's so many great things that's happening over there. Definitely. Thank you. So a little bit about me. I'm a Liberian. My parents are Liberian, educated in Liberia. Had no plans of coming back or coming here to the States, but the war happened. And so we kind of bounced around to Senegal, Sierra Leone, all over, and landed in California. Long story short, after some stops in New York and down south. But it's been just a tremendous experience. And I let Francis, we're here to talk about the school and everything. So tell us, Francis, why this school? Why is it important to you? Give us a little background about this school that you want everybody to come here, sit down on a nice Saturday, and just share a little bit about it. Why you moved by it?
Well, the school, for me, the movement, it really is the genesis of the school. The school started in Accra, Ghana, so sometime around 95, about the same year I came to the United States. And it started as a soup kitchen for kids on a refugee camp in Ghana by a young man who's about my age. As a matter of fact, he just graduated from college in Liberia, Patna University, So he started this with a couple of friends saying, okay, we on this, in this whole different country where these kids is rooming, why don't we do something? So it started from that, and it became an elementary school, and it became a junior high school. And then 10 years later on, he moved to Liberia, and decided to take that with him. I met him by phone about 6 years ago through a friend who was not from Liberia, who lives in LA. She and I was involved in some stuff, some work, trying to talk to my kids, and she said, I know this guy in Ghana, he's doing this great thing, you should reach out to him. But long story short, I spoke to him on the phone, hard working guy, hard working. He didn't have to do this because he can't afford to do it. So the school, why this school, after I visited Liberia in 2012, I think some of the photos out and stuff, I met these kids. I learned more about their stories. And I realized that it was amazing because I had forgotten, the things that I went through in Liberia. So it was a good thing for him to be doing that with nothing, helping people who have nothing. So that's what drove me to truly do this. Yeah.
Thank you, Francis. And let me just expand a little bit on what it's like post-war for a child going to school in Liberia. There's so many challenges. So where does one start? The child labor laws are something that you look at, but you have to step through and walk through because they have to go and sell cold water in the sun, all the smog and everything between cars and everything. Some of them, it's unfortunately, but they've actually resulted. The ladies have resulted into some very uncommon practices. We have some kids here, and they're doing all that to further their education. They may go through so many hours during the day just to make $1 or $2, and then maybe go to night school or go to day school, or they want to go to school, but the parents are telling them, hey, listen, you know what? You have to go out and you have to work because we need to put food on the table. Or some of them don't have any parents because of the war, they lost their parents, so they're just there. So many opportunities around, but because they're in a survival mode, so education doesn't look like a priority to them.
And that's a great point. I will tell you a short story. When I went to this school, I met a kid. Her name is Breezy. And I started to write a song about this young lady. She took me to her place, where it's not far from the school. I went to this house. It's not even a house. It's a room. A room about from the door to the stairs. A really small room with nothing but mats folded up in the corner of the room. And there were 7 of them. She's the oldest. She's 13. At the time, she was 13 years old. Her youngest sibling was 6. Her grandmother, they called Mom, she had to have been about 75 years old. The dad is a paraplegic. So she goes to school some days, and then she has to go, like he said, she goes to the marketplace other days, and then her little brother goes to school. So they alternate to go to school. They alternate to go to the marketplace because they are the breadwinners for their family. But even more so, this entire family shared one towel, one bath soap if they had it, one toothbrush. When these kids go to school, they have to take their own benches, we call them, little seats that you see them sitting on, and they walk for miles sometimes. Just on the hope that, that they'll be able to accomplish something on education, based on education. And it's not even promising. Because the reality is, more than 80% of the kids in Liberia, like we're talking about, will never get the chance to go to college. They will never get the chance to complete high school. And this is the future of our country. So it's scary statistically. While we're talking about these kids and statistics, we also realize now that I think everybody here is aware of what's going on in West Africa, in the world, with the Ebola crisis. So Liberia a few months ago was the 2nd worst place to live in the world, and then we got hit with an epidemic. So you guys think about that. I have my mother that lives in Liberia. I talk to her every day. She's scared. She tells me, she says, it's even worse than the war because you don't even know what's going to happen. Imagine you can't leave your house. You come to a whole neighborhood and they quarantine a whole neighborhood, and all those people that live in the neighborhood, the only way they eat, they have to go out in the streets to sell things to come back and support their family, but they can't go anywhere. So, the picture, we can go on and on, but it's a devastating situation. For us, the way I see it, a kid is the future. My daughter is fortunate to be in the United States of America. We got children back home, don't even have food to eat, don't have a place to stay, don't even know what tomorrow will bring, as it is now. That's why this is so dear to me, that I just think to start this in the hope that it becomes something bigger than myself and all of us, to put some kind of focus on what is going on in other parts of the world. And that's why we are here.
Hope is very amazing. It's what kind of moves us as Christians. We definitely have something that non-Christians don't. Let's not kid ourselves. That is the truth. If you have any friend who's from the secular world, you know that at the core of what we are, what we have in us, drives us to become the people that God has called us to be humanitarian, to be kind, and to do it in a godly manner. And there is hope. I want to tell everyone that Liberians are something about us. When we given the opportunity for education, we strive, we excel, really go out there and we really try to make the best of it. And the president of Liberia, believe it or not, her education was sponsored when she was a child because her mom was an evangelist. And so there's even less money in that. But her education was sponsored. And now, being the first female president in Africa, being an icon for women all over globally. So the little bit that we do here goes a long way. And before Francis begins to sing, I just want him to share give us an idea of what $2,000 is going to do. How far will it go? Just give everyone an idea so they kind of know what impact that is.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's going to change somebody's life. We collected the money in the hope that it will be used for supplies for school, because Caroline High School is a school that is being run from support from us. Those teachers are not getting paid, they're not on payroll per se. It's when contributions like this go to the school, then those teachers get compensated. These kids that go there, like you said, they're underprivileged kids who don't have families or can't afford it, so they're trying to accommodate them. So with the $2,000, the goal is to try to give these kids some books and pencils so they can do the things that we don't have to worry about that part of it. But this is a long-term goal for me. It's a long-term goal for all of us, and I spoke to the church about this. And I'm so thankful that you guys have become a part of this. So yeah, $2,000 to us is nothing. But imagine a teacher who gets paid $10. And even that cannot even buy them a cup of rice, which is a staple food in Liberia. So it goes a long way. It's the act of doing something for people to be appreciated. I went home, some of the pictures, like I said, the room is about from this to the wall, all the way forward. There were 400 kids in our school sitting there for 2 hours in the heat. Imagine almost 100 degrees, and those kids are sitting there waiting for me. And only because every now and then I was sending them a few $100. They had a program, a printed out program, they had an MC, they had a loudspeaker. They had an African shirt I'm wearing, they gave me that shirt. I mean, the appreciation they showed me for nothing that was going blew my mind. So the things that we take for granted here, and even I'm guilty of that. When I left the war and came here, after a while, like people say, you get Americanized, you forget, or go and they touch you. But when you're not there physically, it's a different type of experience. So yeah, the $2,000 is nothing for us here. For them there, it changed their lives. It changed their lives. So with that said, we came here to have fun also, right? Yeah. All this sad stuff and people getting all mushy and I want to cry, but I'm not going to cry because I don't want my daughter to talk to me about that when she gets older. Thank you. So, I'm going to do a song. I'm going to do quite a few songs actually, but this song is called Liberia. And this song obviously is about Liberia. It's the second song that I wrote. This was 14 years ago.
Dad,
It's very dear to my heart. So I want to share this with you, my interpretation of what I think, Liberia is all about, what things should be, and what people should be made off by. Dreams were reality. It used to be fun. It used to be safe. Thank God for all His mercies. We've seen better days. We are family and we are friends. We look up for one another till the end. All these bonds that last so long. I pray forever. I really the women and children and give them back their dignity. Just give them a chance to rebuild their lives. Liberia, let's come together forever and suffer so long and take no more. Where our keys to this land of liberty. These are new days to change our ways, showing the world with the maze, all about pride, love and respect. No pointing fingers, time to resurrect. Since we are family and we are friends, we look out for one another till the end. Let's stand strong, let's hold on to the stand of liberty where we belong, always forever. Liberia, now think of the women and children and give them back their dignity. Just give them a chance to rebuild their lives. Liberia, let's come together forever. Suffer so long and take no more. Rebuild our lives, repair our labor. Rebuild our lives, rebuild our lives, rebuild our lives. See, we are family and we are friends. We look out for one another till the end. What went wrong lasted so long. Oh, well, the worst days, they are gone, they gone. Always forever. Liberia, let's think of the women and children and give them back their dignity. Just give them a chance to rebuild their lives. Liberia, let's come together forever. Suffer so long and take no more. Rebuild our lives, this land of liberty. Sweet Liberia. God bless Liberia. God bless. So that's the song of Liberia. I tried to change it up a little bit to talk about what's going on right now.
Do we turn it on to green now?
This song, this next song I'm going to do is called When Will We Learn? I wrote this song about a year ago, and very self-explanatory. You know, seeing all the things that's going on in the world today, I thought that I talk about it. And I thought I talk about it in a song form. So it started out being about Liberia, obviously, and then it grew into something else. So here it goes. This is what the broadcast in 1980 when Samuel Doe Ojo, president of Liberia at the time, started all this. Lost our son, Papa loses his daughter. The battle's still not won. The politicians not bothered. Hunger roams the streets, but there stays no valleys. Fear grows steady. Surprise at my helmet. So when we learn to live in peace, Oh, folks, what we know. I want to be PC. Saw neighborhoods made me tired, so I turned to ABC. Man, saw kids' schools under fire. Man, watch the world coming to my people. What are we really doing? Tell me, have we lost all our values? Oh God, give it like no meaning, no meaning. When will we learn to live in peace? When will we learn to stop